Hey, what's up? It's Stephen A. Williams, president and founder of thecreditrepairshop.com. And in this video, I'm going to talk about a strategy that the debt collection companies are starting to do because we have been winning. We've been on a winning streak. They don't expect you to respond the way that I'm teaching you to respond to. And it seems that now what they're trying to do is they're trying to make it harder for people. I've gotten several responses back from individuals where the debt collectors are trying to take it to another level on making people not want to continue to respond in the lawsuit. So step number one, when you get that summons complaint, you respond. It's going to be point by point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Some of them are shorter than others. And we've done such a good job, at least for the ones that I've been doing. I don't know what other people are doing. We've done such a good job that a lot of them had just been getting flat out dismissed, where people were telling me they went to court and the debt collector attorney didn't even show up. It was just flat out dismissed. But there are some debt collectors that are going to push a lot harder. These are the ones that their only income is from doing going to court for the major debt collection companies. And this is one with Cavalry SPV1 LLC, which they have a whole bunch of different Cavalry SPVs. But what they're doing in this one, and they are using debt collection lawyer. I'm not going to mention their name because I don't want to give them a kind of a heads up on this, just in case they're watching the videos. But what they're doing now is and it's really the same thing. They're just making you have to go through more paperwork. But if you sit down, when I got these, I had never received these before until over the last week. And I was like, I need to make a video on this because, number one, it's like okay, you won. What did they say to you? Did you win? Or, they said no, they extended it and they sent me this letter requesting admonitions directed to defendant. So what they're doing is they're saying plaintiff's first request for admonitions directed to defendant. Now, what this is this just making you restate what you had answered to in the complaint. But what they do is they try to break it down. And what I've noticed in these, there's two levels to these that they're doing. First, they have their request and they want you to, they're breaking them down and they're trying to get you to admit to certain things. Like in this one here, it said that in request number 3, it says, defendant entered into a credit card agreement dated on March 14, 2019 and it had Citibank, which defendant agreed to pay as per the terms of the agreement. So obviously you're going to admit to that. You're going to admit to that. But so what they're trying to do is they're trying to get these to where you admit. And then they have another sheet, which I'll bring that up here. They'll have another one where you're going to have an answer to what you don't admit. So you have to be very careful on the way that you make those answers. So I'm going to tell you how I instructed my client to do the answer. So they're saying that the client entered into an agreement. Yes, they did enter into an agreement, but what you have to do is when they go into the second phase of having an answer for each one. So they're going to have, so what they basically had is, okay, we want to know if you admit or deny on this group here. And then they go into another set with the interrogatories where you say, okay, give me the answer to why you didn't admit. And this is where you would be able to say, okay, and in this case here, they gave a credit agreement, but it wasn't signed. It was like a standard form. So what you have to do later in their responses, where you're numbering, as you're saying, and this is what we put, is that the credit card agreement submitted by the claimant does not show the name, account number, or my signatures. It's just a standard agreement. You can't just come with an agreement, but they don't expect the person to look at that. They're just saying, okay, let's just throw all of these documents in there, and we're not going to worry about if we have exactly what they need for the to be able to prove it. Basically, if you want to say what's the bottom line of all of this that they're trying to do, is that they're just trying to get people to quit. And I talk about it in my videos, and people sometimes don't understand it, is that when the harder people make it for people who either don't understand or don't want to take the time, most people will give up and quit. It's like they're trying to grind you down. But the crazy part about this, for lack of a better word, is that basically all they did is just extended the original complaint they just extended it, made it longer to respond to, and they said, okay, you got to respond here to all of these, and then we're going to just double it all over again and respond and give us a explanation for why you didn't admit on the other list. For everything that you didn't admit to on the other list, we want you to give us the explanation on this list, even though you could have done it on the other one. And when you do a regular complaint response, you're actually doing that. So this is just taking it to another level. And I expect it when you're winning and you're putting a dent in debt collectors' pockets. They're going to push harder. They're in the business of debt collecting, and they're not going to quit. They're not going to just say, oh, I'm going to lay down because these responses are stopping us from being able to win these cases, or we don't want to put in the hard work to come back with a rebuttal on what they've submitted. So the game is being upped, and it's going to take, this one here took me more than 2 hours to do the response. And obviously, this is gonna, I can't respond to these at the rate that I've been responding to before. And I'm training people to be able to respond to these. But this is, I guess this is what's gonna be the next level. There's always gonna be a next level with dealing with debt collectors. All right, I just wanted to get that over to you. If you need help with your credit, please visit us at thecreditrepairshop.com. You got debt collectors coming after you. Don't forget to get my 3-pack of letters. The link is below this video. If you have a debt collector suing you in court, if it's a third-party debt collection company like Midland, Cavalry, Resurgent, any of those, we have a link below this video that you can get a court summons response put together for you. If you need your credit reports and scores, please go to the website your3scores.com to grab those. You can get all 3 reports, all 3 scores. Please subscribe to the channel. If you like the video, please like it if you think I deserve it. Thank you for your time. This is Stephen A. Williams, President and Founder of thecreditrepairshop.com.